And joining us now is Dr. Colleen McNicholas, the Chief Medical Officer for Planned Parenthood Missouri. Doctor, we know Missouri has tightened abortion access significantly since the overturning of Roe. What does today's decision mean?
You know, today is certainly a win for access. I don't know that it is the sweeping win for science that we were hoping for, but it does mean that for right now, more than 60% of the people who are accessing abortion can still access the abortion of their choice. We know, as you've heard over and over, medication abortion is incredibly safe. It is probably the most studied medication that we have, especially in the realm of scientific or sexual and reproductive health. And so today is a win for access. It means that today we can continue to provide people access to pregnancy termination in the way that they want and that they deserve.
And so, I guess, what do you see as the next step in this fight?
Well, you know, the truth is we know that anti-abortion extremists are not going to stop. They weren't going to stop when Roe was overturned. They aren't going to stop at losing this case. And so we will, you know, take the time to read that 38 pages and figure out what the next strategy is. But as you've heard, you know, time and time again, for us on the ground, every day is just meeting patients where they are, making sure that we are doing everything we can to reduce barriers to access, making sure that folks who are in those banned states are either getting to states where access is protected or have the knowledge and information to manage their abortion by themselves. So, you know, the fight continues, but today is a moment to take a deep breath and to be grateful that folks still have access to this very safe and very effective method.
Dr. Colleen McNicholas, thank you very much for offering your expertise and perspective on this important case. And with us now, Melissa Murray, MSNBC legal analyst. Melissa, how surprised are you that this was a unanimous decision and that the decision was written by Brett Kavanaugh?
Not really surprised. On our podcast, Strict Scrutiny, we said that the court would dismiss this on jurisdictional grounds, and they did, standing. They've been really focused on trying to get out some unanimous opinions. I think that feeds the narrative that this is a more consensus-driven court than a conservative extremist court, and I think this sort of feeds into that. But I want to emphasize that this is not a sweeping victory. It does preserve access to medication abortion for now, but this is not a decision on the merits. This does not credit the FDA's approval of mifepristone. It simply says that these are not the right plaintiffs to bring this case, and the anti-abortion movement is going to find the right plaintiffs. And Lisa mentioned that unnamed law professor. Well, it's me. Hi, I'm the unnamed law professor that Lisa was referring to, and I think she's exactly right. They're going to look for women who have been injured by mifepristone, or more specifically, if they can't find women, doctors who have very clear economic injuries or who have been denied conscience protections and have had to provide mifepristone against their conscience wills. So that is going to be coming down the pike. And what no one has talked about in this 38-page opinion is that it was unanimous, but Justice Clarence Thomas, one of the most stalwart objectors to abortion on the court, filed a separate concurrence. And in that separate concurrence, he railed against the court's third-party standing doctrine. And he said that if this particular organization lacks standing, then other organizations, including abortion providers, abortion clinics who frequently bring lawsuits challenging abortion laws on behalf of their patients, also lack standing. So he is laying the seeds for this to eliminate standing for the traditional panoply of providers who would bring these cases on behalf of their plaintiffs. So you've got to read between the lines here. This is not a victory, and there are actually seeds in this opinion and in this concurrence for a more dangerous future for those seeking to challenge these laws.
And Melissa, you know, according to polling, I keep coming back to where the American public is on this. This is some polling from Axios and Ipsos just last month. 72% of Americans favor letting women keep access to abortion pills. Even a majority of Republicans, in fact, 51% are siding on the side of reproductive health in this instance. What does it tell you that a decision that impacts all of America is left in the hands of these 9 justices?
Well, to be clear, it's not just left in the hands of those 9 justices. Before it got to those 9 justices, there were decisions and laws enacted by gerrymandered legislatures where most of the legislators who are writing these laws lack scientific background, lack medical background, lack uteruses. They're mostly men, many of whom are not even of reproductive age or are well past the sort of bandwidth of reproductive age. So we live in a distorted democracy where majority will has been very hard to express in our traditional legislatures, and the court, by its very nature, a minoritarian institution, continues to fuel that distortion by crediting gerrymandering, by absenting itself from the process of regulating partisan gerrymandering, and by blessing these laws, as they did in Dobbs in 2022, that make it harder for the majority to express their will, to express their desire for women to control their own decisions about their bodies and bodily autonomy.